Still Saturday, February 8th, and we are still rolling with the ramblin' rant. Here's the other problem I have today. The conscious effort to block the true history, okay, to gaslight persons of color, especially women of color, right? And tell us that all the things that happen to us don't really happen. It's not really happening. We're just playing the victim. No one's really doing that to us. Like, we're told to shut up and we're gaslit like crazy. Okay. And then they turn around and try to like police my tone and tell me like insinuate and imply that I don't know how bad things can get. I don't know how serious this is, bitch. No, I know you did not tell a woman of color that she doesn't know how serious this is and how bad it can get. We know the reason you don't know is because you kept telling us it wasn't real. You kept telling us it wasn't that bad. You kept telling us you didn't want to hear about it. It's not you, it's in the past. All that shit you kept telling us. Now it's happening again and you're like, you guys don't understand how serious this is. No, we do. You don't. So that's where I'm at today. We understand motherfucking crystal clear. And if you notice, there are a lot of us that are sitting this one out. We know how bad it's going to get. We're not trying to go out and tell people to do anything because most of us have said, you know what? Maybe they need to cook. Maybe they need to learn the hard way. We tried to tell them this whole time and they didn't want to listen. They chose not to believe us. They wrapped up all their feelings as faith and patriotism. They're interviewing these people in the red states who asked for this, who are now going to be the most affected by all of the cuts. And these people, and they go, well, why did you go for that one? Oh, well, he just said he was going to make life better. Like what? That's not a policy. He's just going to make life better. Just promise cheaper gas. And No, he didn't. And B, you're full of shit. And C, you're gaslighting yourself and everyone around you. And that's the fucking coconut skull I can't figure out how to get through. Are the people who honestly brainwash themselves into telling themselves and the world that the reason they did this was they just wanted better living. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I don't know. But we shouldn't have to abandon tens of millions of other people because a few million didn't bother to read anything. Gosh, those interviews with the teachers in Texas really got to me. I'm like, how are you a fucking teacher? How are you a fucking teacher talking about, I didn't know. I just thought it was going to be a better life. Like, what are you teaching them? Oh my, never mind. I don't want to know. I know what they're not teaching them. I know what they're not teaching them. So yeah, I don't know, but I need help from the people who also see it, who know. We need people on the alabaster accomplice front lines because those are the folks that this regime listens to. All of the ethnic people getting together doesn't do anything but give them more names to add to their list where they're currently collecting veterans now. They're picking up people who served in the military. They're not looking for violent criminals. They're looking for anyone who's brown. They're not taking any of the white immigrants, and we have almost 1 million undocumented white immigrants here. They're not taking any of those. And there are people that are still telling themselves that that's what it is because they have bloodlust, they have bloodthirst, and they're wrapping it up in something else. You see them, they're in the comments, and they're going, well, that they're criminals. They shouldn't be here. Well, that's fine because they're criminals. Well, that's fine because they're criminals. These are the people who put criminals in charge. And and you're arguing with them going, you're a hypocrite. You're saying they're criminals when you're criminals. Okay, but aside from all that, can you realize exactly that and see that that's why we have to do something? Because yes, it is criminals helping criminals. That is it. That is the point. It's not it's they know. They know what they're saying when they say, no, they're locking up criminals. Okay, they know what they're saying when they put their support behind white criminals, white addicts, white assaulters, the whole team. They are assets of other countries. There are people with records, violent records, people who mistreat women, people who, not one good egg in the entire bunch, and not one of their they don't have a problem with it, especially the steeple people. And that's why I'm going after them so hard, because they're the ones that are the staunchest after it right now, because they are brainwashed to the point that they are happy to suffer. It's part of their faith system. So while it's usually something they push on other people and they want other people to suffer, and then they tell them you're gonna suffer and that's good for you because that's what they've been taught their whole life, some of them are kooky enough to be willing to suffer themselves. A lot of them will opt out once it actually touches them. They're real high and mighty until they suffer. And then they're like, okay, now I have a problem. You know, all the folks that are leaving because it hit their lives. But there are still some that it will hit their life and they don't care. They are that devoted to the faith. And the faith said that that man over there is godlike and we need to follow whatever he says. And if that means that you suffer, well, then you're just reenacting the story of Job and you're going to take all those hits and you're going to suffer because you're going to be rewarded later. That is what is in their heads. Some of y'all don't know that because you didn't grow up in the cult like I did, but that is what is in their heads. Okay, there's a lot of I don't know if I can say the word. There are a lot of sadists, but there are also a lot of masochists. All right, there's both in there. And instead of exploring their desires in healthy ways in their private lives, they just focus on destroying the lives of everyone else. And they hyperfixate on the private lives of everyone else to make sure that no one else is enacting and living out their desires and fantasies that don't harm anyone else and only involve consenting adults. Those are the ones they have a problem with. They have no problem with murderers. They make them celebrities. Okay, they invite them to the White House. They give them VIP access to sports games. They have them on talk shows. They give them parades when it's theirs. When one of them kills someone, that's the people of values, and those are the people in charge right now. Okay, the people who put a puppy killer in charge of Homeland Security. Okay, indigenous persons banned her from their lands, and now she can trample wherever she wants. She's the one sending those DHS trucks through the streets to freak people out. That's her. Just freaking people out just because. Why not? Okay, they put the Project 2025 author in charge of the budget. And I mean, people are flipping out over that one, but the entire junk drawer of pics is nothing but Satan's right-hand man. Like, every single one of them is problematic, not qualified, and we're watching bipartisan support because they trust the system. And while right now I can't figure out if Team Blue if it's just like finally exposed that their place is pretending to fight the other side, or if there really is some other reason why they're being so weak about it, but I don't care at this point. I'll figure that out later. What's important now isn't why are they being weak and who's going to do something. Moot points, old subjects. We talk about that later. We can go back and question the who, what, why, where, when, how, some other mother-loving time. Right now, we just have to focus on getting people to realize that pushback is the only thing that's going to work. Literally going in there and taking them out is the only thing that's going to work. Otherwise, yeah, the people that are able to leave can leave. But all those tens of millions of people who cannot leave, if they're not blonde, white, and very religious, they are at risk of getting sent to Bye Bye Island. I'm sorry, blonde, white, straight. Did I say straight? Yeah, and very religious. There were folks asking me, what was the point of getting ordained? Because, yeah, that could be something you want to keep on your pocket like papers. You know, that is those of you who want to try to ride this out because you think it's not going to be that bad and you just have to ride it out for 4 years. Those are the people I'm scared of. The ones that are ready to comply for 4 years. The ones that are ready to turn in their friends and neighbors for 4 years. The ones who are telling themselves right now that they're going to comply because it's going to go away. But really, they're complying because they want to. Those are the people I'm concerned about.